No, her name is not Pippa at all, and being related to the Duchess of Cambridge is not the only thing this girl can boast about. We tell you what you may not have known about Kate Middleton's little sister. The Duchess of Cambridge's little sister was predicted an unenviable fate, always to be in Catherine's shadow, but Pippa was in no hurry to accept the supporting role. Today it is talking about her all the British and world press. Pippa is happily married to a businessman, a rich man and just a charming man. James Matthews is engaged in his favorite business and raising his first child, Arthur. But what else? We've gathered 10 more fascinating facts about Kate Middleton's sister. Unusual name. When Pippa Middleton's name began to appear in the headlines more and more often, curious residents of foggy Albion unreasonably wondered why Duchess Kate's sister had such a strange name. The answer was found very quickly. In fact, Pippa is just a nickname given to Philip Charlotte Midleton at home. In 2011, after Kate and William were officially married, Pippa urged the press to call her by her full name. However, the deed was already done. Journalists ignored the request of the younger sister of the newly minted heroine and, it must be said, with success continued to do so to this day. But it seems that Philippa has already resigned herself to the fact that society has safely forgotten her real name. This is probably why, when she published her own book Celebrate, she signed her name Pippa. She was called Perfect Pippa by her friends at Midleton Junior University for her amazing ability to combine school and partying. Bridesmaid dress. Pippa Middleton was able to draw some public attention to herself during Kate and William's wedding on April 29, 2011. The whole point was that a white, tight, elegant dress was made for the only adult bridesmaid, which may have turned out to be too tight. The effect of the outfit by Sarah Burton, she also designed the bride's wedding dress, was not long in coming. The day after the wedding ceremony, the good half of Britain was discussing Kate's sister's buttocks. There was a lot of speculation about their appearance. It was even suggested that they were false. The debate was put to rest when Pippa herself said, "I just thought the dress looked too good on me." Thanks to this dress, Pippa even got her own Twitter account. Sarah's dress was such a success that in the summer of that year the department store chain Debenhams began to sell copies of it, which were literally sold out in front of everyone's eyes. Personal coat of arms. Incredibly, each member of the Midleton family has its own coat of arms. The family of the Duchess of Cambridge received a valuable symbol just before the royal wedding to emphasize the privileged position in line with the new family. In fact, the coat of arms at the Midletons is one and represents 3 golden acorns, symbolizing Kate, Pippa and James, on a red-blue background, the traditional colors of England. In the center of the coat of arms is a gold chevron, a reference to Carol's maiden name, Goldsmith, surrounded by white thin lines, a sign of the family's sporting hobbies. Carol and Michael's children use variations of the crest. Pippa has her own coat of arms. Hers is broadly similar to the family's, but has a different shape. Pippa has had a blue ribbon, as a symbol of an unmarried daughter, on her coat of arms since her marriage to James, but it seems that this should have been removed sooner rather than later. In addition, Pippa often wears a family ring, another tradition of English nobility. Family jewelry girl, by all the rules, wears on her little finger and, characteristically, most often at events where there is the high society of Great Britain, for example, at weddings of friends or events like Wimbledon. A gift for your nephew. The Midleton family is famous for its love of original gifts, which is not surprising, considering that Kate and Pippa's parents have made a fortune from organizing holidays. But it seems that it was Pippa who started the series of expensive and sometimes quite strange gifts. She is said to have presented her nephew, Prince George, with silver casts of his hands and feet for his christening. For this, the little prince held his limbs in the jelly-like mass for about 30 seconds. The gift cost Pippa $11,000. Pippa Middleton's service record is replete, or should I say replete, with rich people. In The Earthly Man, Philip was in love only once, and then, in college. Lucky Guy was her field hockey coach. Passionate impulse of the athlete is not appreciated, and Pippa switched to the handsome men more successful. Among her ex-boyfriends are Jonathan Patterson, heir to a banking empire, the Duke George Percy, financier Nico Jackson, whom Pippa, by the way, was going to marry, and even Prince Harry. However, the enviable bride to the wedding was only one, James Matthews, with whom Pippa met in 2007. A successful entrepreneur much richer than his predecessors, and most importantly, without delay, he was ready to marry Pippa. As a token of his love and fidelity, Matthews purchased an engagement ring for his beloved worth £250,000, twice the price of Kate's famous ring. Pippa accepted both the offering and the proposal. So it looks like things are going really well for Pippa this time. Sports are one of Pippa's biggest hobbies. Sports are not the least of Pippa's hobbies. His mobility and love of active lifestyle girl was famous in student days. After admission to college, Pippa, hoping to channel their irrepressible energy in the right direction, immediately signed up for the field hockey team, just as, incidentally, did her sister. Only if Kate remained ordinary, then Pippa soon broke into the leaders and became team captain. In addition to the fact that since her youth she was involved in tennis, then among her hobbies were cycling, even later the younger sister, Kate Middleton, seriously interested in boxing and even mountaineering. Pippa is also a regular fixture at charity races and marathons. She always runs beautifully and looks stunning. Moreover, Pippa has not given up sport, even while pregnant. On the contrary, in her sports columns for Waitrose, she periodically talks about how women who are expecting a baby should exercise. In fact, she also officially announced her own pregnancy through one of her articles, Career. Pippa successfully combines social and family life with her career. After graduating from the University of Edinburgh, she got a job at a PR agency to promote luxury goods, and also did an internship at an event management company, Table Talk. This was followed by a job with Party Pieces, a party merchandising company for parents, which included Philippa publishing her own online magazine, Party Times. Soon the younger Midleton went further and combined all her publishing activities under the umbrella of PXM Enterprises Limited, now closed. There really was something to combine. Having graduated from university as a specialist in English literature, Pippa immediately began to try her hand at journalism, publishing in such publications as The Spectator, Vanity Fair, as well as in magazines published under the brand of supermarkets Waitrose. In addition, Pippa Middleton has published 2 books, a collection of recipes for parties heartfelt and the book Celebrate, a year of festivities for families and friends, 400 pages on how to arrange a holiday for family and friends. The literary prose of the newborn writer was received by the British quite critically. It is in their nature to make fun of the royal family and their immediate family. Skeptics, despite their love for Pippa, scoffed at her advice, arguing that it was as if it had been borrowed from a 1950s book called Housekeeping. Karl Lagerfeld vs. Karl Lagerfeld had a way with words and decided to speak out about Pippa in 2012 like this: Kate Middleton has a pretty silhouette. She's the right girl for her boy. I like that type of woman, romantic beauties. On the other hand, there's her sister. I don't like her sister's face at all. She should turn her back more often. Pippa had no reaction to his words. After a while, Lagerfeld again decided to comment on the looks of the Middleton family and said that the sister's mother, Carol, is much sexier than both of her daughters. A wedding to match the royal. Pippa married a simple millionaire, although she has a small hope of her own title. We'll tell you about that below. The Duchess of Cambridge's younger sister had the most aristocratic wedding of all. It's said that the bride's mother, who had been offended that the royal family didn't allow her to participate as much as she would have liked in the preparations for William and Kate's wedding, worked particularly hard to organize a truly fabulous celebration. In any case, the couple's wedding at the ancient St. Mark's Church in Berkshire and the wedding reception that followed went off without a hitch. The bride looked gorgeous in a white lace Giles Deacon gown and a miniature pearl tiara on her head by Robinson Pelham, and why not? The reception was, of course, a bit of a focus for the guests, who included a number of princes and princesses of blood. Of course, some of the bride's public interest was stolen by her older sister, the Duchess of Cambridge, and her adorable children. However, the presence of the monarchs at her wedding, Pippa, we think, was only glad. After all, the boy guest at her wedding was the future King of Great Britain himself.